Hello, 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 beautiful people. It has been. I'm gonna get this music out of here real quick. It has been a while. It's been like what, over a week since we've done an actual live stream. I've been pumping out the YouTube shorts on the daily, but since we've done a actual live stream, I think it's been about a week. So feels good to be back here tonight. Feels good to be doing a live. Let's see. We got Ghost first in chat. Adrian, what's up, dude? We got Winning Mentality. What's up? We got Sky. What's up, Mr. Stud Muffin? How you doing? Can't finish meditation session without falling asleep. Any tips? That's usually where posture comes into play. If you look up traditional like meditation stances and poses, you will find some postures that will probably help you stay awake. That's why you'll see a lot of people meditating with their legs crossed in a certain way, because it's kind of painful and that helps keep you awake, and that's why they do that. So you could look into some stuff like that if you can't stop falling asleep during your meditations. Let's see, we got Tony in here. How you doing, Ghost? What time is it for you? This is like the perfect time for you, I think. Early morning, maybe. It's about 10 p.m. for me, so kind of a late one. All right. Let me close out a few things here. So tonight, guys, we're going to be talking about recovery. Of course, we always talk about recovery. More specifically, we're going to be talking about the way you need to take it, one choice after the next. I noticed that a lot of people sort of run around obsessing about recovery, obsessing about anxiety and the healing journey and what they need to do next, and what should they tackle next, and how should they go about their day to day. And everybody seems to be sort of just downright obsessed about what next move they need to make. So I wanted to do this stream tonight to kind of, for anyone out there who is overcomplicating recovery or obsessing about what they need to do, specifically what they need to do in their day-to-day, lives, this is what this stream is for. It's going to put it to you as simply as possible. That's always our objective here on the channel. It's going to put it to you as simply as possible. So we're going to be talking about that, the way you need to take it, one choice after the next. Let's see who we've got in chat. We got Ophelia. What's up? It's a perfect time. I'm going to go to the gym and treat you as a podcast. I love it, dude. Just hang out. That works for me. Perfect. How you doing, Ophelia? Welcome. Yeah, maybe look into your posture, Adolf. Try to find some postures or stances that are traditional that maybe causes, this is going to sound weird, maybe causes a little bit of pain, because that little bit of pain is what helps keep you awake. So don't do anything too painful, obviously, but some of the more traditional meditation stances, if you look them up online, you might find one that kind of keeps you alert, because it's kind of difficult to sit in, right? And that's really the point. That's really the point. All right, guys, I think we've got enough people in here to go ahead and get started, I believe. Let me check one last thing real quick. All right, I think we're good to go, guys. So let's go ahead and get this one started. If you do enjoy tonight's stream, make sure you leave a thumbs up, and let's talk about it. So tonight we're going to be talking about the way you need to take it, one choice after the next. So again, the reasoning behind this stream tonight is I feel like, a lot of people out there do tend to obsess about what is the next step they need to take in their recovery, how they should be living their days, what they need to be doing throughout their days. And this can be a very stressful thing. So it's kind of ironic, because obsession about recovery itself can lead to heightened feelings of anxiety, can lead to heightened feelings of stress, because if you're stressing over anything, right, it doesn't matter what you're stressing over. If you're stressing over anything, it's going to lead to heightened levels of stress. So if you spend a lot of time thinking about recovery, right, if you spend a lot of time obsessing about recovery and what it is you need to do for your recovery, then this is the stream for you. One choice, right? One choice after the next. Now, negative routine. Okay, a lot of people stuck in negative routine. I can't seem to get out of negative routine. every single day waking up, and I posted about this on the Facebook page, but every single day waking up in the same routine, doing the same thing, doing the same, making the same choices, saying the same things, behaving the same way, you're basically a broken record, right? You're basically a broken record of bad choices. You're basically a broken record of negative dialogue. You're basically a broken record who gets up and acts subconsciously on the same choices and the same behaviors every single day. Now, if these choices and these behaviors and the way you behave and the way you carry yourself is very negative, then of course it's not going to help you teach your brain that the danger doesn't exist. So each day, when you wake up, you need to have a mindset of one choice after the next, but I'm not going to go the way I usually go. Let me say that again, because that's very important. Each day, if you're obsessed about what you need to do today for your recovery to get you to the person you want to be, you need to wake up with the mindset that I'm going to take this one choice at a time today, but the choices I make are not going to be in line with the way that I've lived so far. Right? The choices I make today are not going to be in line with the way that I've done things for the past 2 weeks, the past 2 months, the past 2 years. Now, of course, I'm referring to anyone who is stuck in a negative routine. Anyone who gets up and spends their lives doing compulsions and coping methods, and all of their choices are based around what anxiety wants them to do. So let me give you an example. You wake up and you're obsessed about what you're going to do today for your recovery. What can I do today to get, one step closer to recovery? Let's say that's the question you're asking yourself. What do I do today to get one step closer to recovery? So first and foremost, I want you to tell yourself, you know what, I'm going to take this one choice at a time. And then secondly, I want you to tell yourself, I'm going to make choices today that are not in line with the person that I've been, right? Because the person that you've been, if you're struggling, if you're trying to recover, if you're feeling very anxious, more than likely the choices, and of course it does take time, but more than likely the choices that you have been making up until today are probably some form of negative routine. You probably carry yourself in a negative way. You probably do things in a very negative way. So you need to take things one choice at a time. But the real important bit here is that not only are you taking things one choice at a time, but you're also making choices that go against everything that has made you the anxious person that you are today. So let's see. I love examples. Let me see if I can come up with a quick example. Let's say you wake up, okay? Every single day you wake up, you obsess about what you're going to do today. Oh, man, I want to get closer to recovery. I want to heal. I want to feel better. What am I going to do today? Stop that right away. Stop that immediately and remind yourself, okay, you know what? I'm going to make it one choice at a time today, but my choices are going to be in line with the person that I want to become, because you see, everybody's got people they look up to, right? Where are you going with this, Wonderbread? Listen, everybody's got people they look up to. Everybody's got idols. Everybody's got people that they want to be like, feel like, whatever. But here's the problem. Feeling follows action, right? You can't get where you want to be if you're making the same choices every single day. You can't get to that person that you want to become. Let's say you admire somebody, you want to be like that person, or let's say you've got this idea of who you want to be. You want to heal and you want to become this brave person. You want to become this confident person. You can't get there. There's no way to get there. You can't reach that unless you start making choices that are in line with what that person would be doing. You have to make the choices now, even though you feel anxious now, you feel crappy now, you feel depressed now, you feel whatever now. You have to make the choices in your reality now that are in line with the person that you wish to be or become, right? So you got to take things one choice at a time, and then those choices have to be in line with the person that you wish to be. Right? So if you're sitting there, and this is for anyone who is guilty of sitting there obsessing about who they want to become, but there's no action. This is a stream that is for anyone who's obsessing about, what do I do every single day? How do I take recovery? What's the next steps that I make? They're sitting there obsessing about recovery, but their choices are still in line with someone who's not going to get there, right? So if you're doing a lot of obsession about recovery, about healing, about this and about that, but there is no action that is following those desires, then you're not going to accomplish what you're wanting to accomplish. A lot of people think they can think their way to recovery. It's the complete opposite. You live your way to recovery. A lot of people think they can obsess their way into a better life. It's quite the opposite. You live your way into a better life. So how do you need to take recovery? First of all, you need to drop all the obsession and take it one choice at a time, just like the title of this stream says, the point tonight. You need to take it one choice at a time. I don't know why I didn't add this in the title. I meant to, but that was supposed to be a two-part title. It was supposed to say, take things one choice after the next, and then it was supposed to go on to say, and make sure, something along the lines of make sure those choices are in line with the person you wish to become. So, a lot of people, man, stuck in negative routine. I wake up every day wondering, bro, I do the same things that are very negative. I use the same compulsions, the same coping methods. Whenever I get anxious, I run to the bed, I run to the couch. Whenever I get anxious, I stop living, and I do this and I do that, and I get very quiet and I get very self-defeating. Whenever I get anxious, I basically do the same thing. You're basically doing what anxiety wants you to do, and I've done plenty of streams on the topic of do the opposite of what anxiety wants you to do. And, all my streams really go hand in hand, and that goes perfectly hand in hand with tonight's stream. You have to take recovery one choice at a time, guys. That's the only way you can do it. There's no other way to do it. If you try to do it any other way, you're just going to be obsessing. You need to have the mindset of, okay, one choice at a time. What can I do right now that in this moment that's going to benefit the person that I want to become? So here's an example. You're sitting there, you're obsessing about, how am I going to recover and this, that. You need to live your way to recovery. You need to show the brain that the danger doesn't exist, and you need to drop the mental fight, the two main keys. Accepting inner voice, right? Instead of fighting with the thoughts and feelings, you tell yourself, okay, they're here, it is what it is, and then positive behaviors, living. So, again, let's say you're sitting there, you're obsessed about, how am I going to reach recovery? How am I going to be the person I want to be? And you're sitting there, you're obsessing, you're in bed. Okay, well, you're not going to get to recovery doing that. I can promise you that. You're not going to get to recovery thinking about how to get to recovery. You need to immediately tell yourself when you catch yourself doing that, guys, all of that rumination and obsession, you say, wait a minute, I don't think my way to recovery. I live my way to recovery. So you know what? One choice at a time. Okay, there comes that accepting inner voice. That's an example of the accepting inner voice. You tell yourself, you know what? I'm sitting here fighting with these thoughts. I'm sitting here fighting with these feelings. You know what? Just one positive behavior at a time. All right. I'm gonna let these thoughts and feelings hang out. I'm gonna stop fighting with them. I'm gonna try to put the brakes on fighting with them and just let them float around, let them hang out. And I'm gonna do a Wonder Bros. So I'm gonna take it one choice at a time. So then you get up. You get up out of that bed and you go do the sink full of dishes. Oh, okay. So in that example, okay, and I want chat to participate in this, a little bit of a pop quiz. In that example, who is going to be closer to recovery in that example? The person that sits around and watches my streams religiously. There's nothing wrong with watching my streams, but if you sit around watching them religiously every single day, 24 hours a day while you lay in bed, who's going to be closer to recovery? The person who watches this stream tonight and says, you know what, he's right. There's nothing to fight with mentally or physically, so I'm gonna work on not doing that mental fight, and I'm gonna take it one choice at a time. Who's gonna recover? The person that continues to just binge watch anxiety videos and doesn't get out of bed for the most part and just does the bare minimum, that they have to do, or the person who takes in this stream tonight, absorbs it, digests it, and says, you know what? Okay, and they shut their laptop, they turn off their phone, whatever, and they get up and they go do those dishes they've been putting off, and then they come back and they put on a movie, they listen to some music, they're feeling anxious, they're having all these thoughts, but they're making themselves do this one choice at a time, they're making one positive behavioral choice at a time, they're not trying to think their way to recovery, they're just letting their thoughts and feelings hang out, and they are making one positive behavioral choice at a time. They are being honest with themselves, they are being self-aware about their choices and their behaviors. Who do you think is going to recover, chat? Right? Think about it for a second. Who do you think is going to recover? The person that's got just an endless amount of anxiety knowledge because all they do is sit on the computer 24 hours a day and binge watch anxiety videos. But every time they're anxious, they do the same negative routine. They run to the bed, they run to the couch, they start reading anxiety forums, and they just do the bare minimum. They bare minimum, right? That scared the crap out of me. Donkey, thank you so much. I'll address that in just a second. That scared the shit out of me. Who do you think's going to recover, right? Who do you think's going to recover? Is it going to be the person, guys, that just has an unlimited amount of anxiety knowledge, that obsesses about how they're going to recover every single day? All they think about is how they're going to recover, but they're not living. They're just always in their head thinking about recovery and obsessing about my videos. Do you think that person's going to be closer to recovery? Or do you think the person who comes in here, watches tonight's stream and says, you know what, there's nothing to fight with physically and mentally. Yes, I feel horrible. And don't get me wrong, I know how horrible you feel. But they say, yes, I feel horrible, but I'm going to take this one choice at a time, just like he said. I'm going to close my laptop now, and the choice that I'm going to make is that I'm going to go do those dishes. And normally I would just lay in bed at this point, right, and just obsess after one of Wonder Bro's streams go off. I would just sit here and just go back to obsessing. But you know what? He's right. One choice at a time. Closes the laptop, goes and does the sink full of dishes, and they do them slowly, methodically. They do those dishes, and then they come back in their living room and they say, okay, you know, what do I want to do next? Well, okay, Wonder Bro said one choice at a time. Okay, I'm going to make the choice to pick up this living room, man. It's kind of nasty. It's kind of dirty. And they pick up the living room. They're having all the same thoughts and feelings as the person who's still laying in bed obsessing about my stream, right? They're having all the same thoughts and feelings as that person, but they are choosing to take recovery one choice at a time, and they are making choices that are in line with who they want to be. So they are making choices that somebody who feels confident would be making. Somebody who's already recovered, somebody who's already been there, done that, somebody who's already got a healed nervous system, somebody who's already kicking ass every single day. They're making the same choices that that confident person would be making. Even though they feel horrible, they are making the same choices that that confident person would be making, because that's who they want to become. So in order to become that person, they've got to make choices that are in line with that person, right? So who do you think's going to recover? The person who gets up and does the same negative crap every single day, the same choices. I'm anxious, so I'm running to bed. I'm anxious, so I'm running to the couch. I'm anxious, so I'm getting my reassurance. I'm anxious, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And it's like a hamster in a hamster wheel. The same choices. They're just doing the very bare minimum. Some people will come in here and say, well, Wonder Bro, one of your two main keys, you say, you know, your two main keys are accept the thoughts and feelings, don't mentally fight with them, and just tell yourself, you know, it is what it is, whatever, and live your life. Well, Wonder Bro, I'm living my life, right? I've been doing this for almost 6 or 7 years now. You wouldn't believe how many times I've gotten that comment. Wonder Bro, I'm living my life. But, dude, you got to go look in the mirror. Are you really? If you don't be honest with yourself, you're going to miss that key entirely, and that's an important key. Are you really, though? Are you really living your life, man? When you come in here and you tell me, Wonder Bro, but I am living my life. And if you are, that's great. Sometimes it just takes time. Not sometimes, but all the time. It takes time for the brain to heal. So if you are, that's great. But are you really living your life, or are you doing the same crap every single day? And some people will say, what do you mean by the same crap? I mean the same negative routine. I mean the bare minimum. I mean, you feed yourself, you use the bathroom, you take care of the kids, you do your 9 to 5, and that's it. Outside of that, when you're anxious, you sit in the same chair. Outside of that, when you're feeling anxiety, you look at the same forms on Google. Outside of that, when you feel anxiety, you rush to the bathroom and try to catch a break from life, or you avoid the situation, or you know what I'm saying, guys? There's a difference between someone coming in here and saying, but Wonder Bro, I am living. And there's a difference between that and somebody who comes in here and says, Wonder Bro, I am living, but you're right. I think I need to be honest with myself, because I am just doing the bare minimum. I feed myself, I feed my kids, I go to work, I come back, and then when I'm anxious 90% of the time, I'm just doing the same crap. I'm on the same forums, I'm Googling the same crap, I'm telling myself the same things. I could be up doing more positive behaviors, and you're right, I'm not. Right? Now, I don't mean you guys have to pack your days full of stuff. A positive behavior can be as simple as kicking your feet up and watching a movie, as opposed to Googling the same symptoms. That was a positive choice. If somebody says, I'm going to kick my feet up and make myself laugh at this movie tonight, right, and try to get into it a little bit, instead of sitting in that same chair that I normally sit in every single night when I'm anxious, Googling the same symptoms, they just made a positive choice that is, you know, the point of the stream, that is in line with the person that they want to become. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's a big difference, guys, between someone who says, I'm living my life, and someone who says, I'm living my life, right? This is going to come down to honesty. This is going to come down to a certain level of self-awareness. If you don't have this honesty or have this self-awareness, you need to develop it, right? You need to ask yourself the difficult to answer questions like, what am I really doing with my time? What am I really doing with my behaviors in my life, right? At some point, something's got to give, right? At some point, something's got to give, guys. You could be here for years talking to me, and it's like as soon as the stream goes off, you close the laptop and you go do the same. It's like you're brainwashed. You go do the same thing that you've been doing. You're brainwashed by anxiety, right? At some point, something's got to give, and you got to look in the mirror and you got to say, am I really doing what he's telling me to do? Oh, that's one that hits home. That's one that hits home. I asked myself the same question a long, long time ago when it came to acceptance and living my life and showing my brain the truth. Am I really doing what I'm telling myself that I'm doing? Am I really doing it, or am I lying to myself? Am I really doing it? Am I really living my life with positive behaviors, or am I still doing coping methods? Am I still doing compulsions? Am I still making terrible choices? Am I still making negative choices in the heat of the moment? And the heat of the moment's really when it counts, when that anxiety's high. Are you living the same way you live every single day that you have been for years? Because if you are, you're going to get the same results. Why do you think you ended up here? You ended up here because your choices got you here. And if you continue to make the same choices, you're going to continue to get the same results. It's only logical, right? If you want different results, you have to make different choices, and you have to make different choices every single day until they become concrete. You have to make every single choice, different choices every single day until that becomes your new way of life, until your brain catches up, right? A lot of people need to look in the mirror and say, am I really living in line with the person I want to become? So I want you to just picture for a second the person that you want to become, the person that you want to feel like. What does that person do? What are the choices that that person makes? Are they the same choices that you make? So if you look at somebody who seems confident, who seems full of life, who seems generally happy with life, right? And happiness, 24-hour happiness is not the goal, but you get what I'm saying. You know, life happens. But, you know, you look at somebody and they seem like they got it together. That's the person you want to become, right? You wish that you were like that person. Okay, ask yourself this question. I got a very simple way for you to figure that out. Ask yourself this question. Are you making the choices that that person's making? Right? And I'm not trying to get too specific, all the little details, but you get the gist. Are you living a life that is in line with the person that you want to feel like? And if you're not making choices that is in line with the person you wish to become, then you're not going to become that person. It's as simple as that. If you wish to become this version of yourself that you dream about, but you are not putting in the work of making the choices that that person that you dream about would make, then you're not going to get the results that that person would get, right? Does that make sense? You got to look in the mirror. How do you take recovery, guys? Just like the point of this stream says, the way you need to take it's one choice after the next. I forgot to put the second half in the title there. Forgive me. But I was going to say one choice after the next, choices that are in line with the person that you want to become. So that's how you take recovery. You don't obsess about it. You don't think too deeply about it. You just simply remind yourself, okay, what did not disconnect? I hope we didn't disconnect. I hope we're back. Anyway, sorry about that. That caught us right at the end of the stream. That's all I had to say anyway. The stream is officially over. The way you need to take it, one choice after the next, and those choices need to be in line with the person you wish to become. Whether you feel like making those choices or not, you do it anyway, right? So we did disconnect, but we only disconnected at the end of the stream, the point of the stream rather, so I'll take it. I'll take that. That's not bad. At least it didn't cut me off midway. If you enjoyed tonight's stream, guys, please leave a big thumbs up. I would really, really appreciate it. I feel like that was a good one. Man, that was a good one. I'm happy with that one. If you take it to heart, guys, and you really chew on it and digest it, this stream is really all you need, okay? I love you guys. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all the comments. We're going to hang out with chat for a little bit. If I disconnect again, just please forgive me. It's really out of my control. I don't know why my computer does that. But anyway, if you enjoyed the night stream, guys, yes, please leave it a big thumbs up. We're going to hang out with chat. We're going to get some music rolling. And we're going to answer any questions we might have. So let's get that music going. Let's get that music going. Let's hang out with chat. We had a $5 dono from Donkey during that stream. Oh, and Rick. Donkey and Rick, man, give these guys some props. Can we show them some love in the chat? Give them all the love, all the hearts in the world. Thank you guys so much. Donkey with the $5 tip says, I got up out of bed and tipped Wonder Bro instead of just laying there listening to Wonder Bro. I love it, dude. Rick with the $10 tip right behind him. Thank you so much. I love you, Rick. I love you, Donkey. Appreciate it, guys. Please show them some love in the chat, man. This channel wouldn't be possible without our supporters, so thank you guys so much. My panic attacks seem to intensify no matter how much I try to accept, though. You're trying to accept to make them not intensify, which is not accepting, right? So you try to accept to make them not intensify, which is not the mindset you need. You need the mindset of the panic is here, okay, and whether it intensifies or not is not my business. I'm going to get up and go living, right? I thought I said that wrong at first, but no, I said that right. The panic attack is here. You're not using a technique to try to make it not intensify. That's not an accepting mindset, right? When you look at it that way, you understand that. That's not an accepting mindset. You're not using acceptance as a technique to make the panic not intensify. Acceptance is saying, hey, I'm going to feel like crap, but instead of trying to fight with it, I'm going to go wash the dishes. And you're probably going to say, that's the last thing I could do during a panic attack. Well, at some point, you have to show your brain the truth. At some point, you got to say, well, I don't necessarily feel like doing these things, but I'm going to not sit here and obsess about my panic. I'm going to accept it for what it is to the best of my ability. You don't have to be perfect, but I'm not going to fight with it. I'm not going to try to argue with the thoughts and feelings. Thoughts will come. Feelings will come, and the moment I start to fight with it, I'm going to try to catch myself, ground myself, and tell myself, you know what, let's just make a positive choice right now. Let's just make a positive choice. So that's really the point of tonight's stream. Don't try to use acceptance as a technique to make your panic not intensify. If it intensifies, it intensifies. But you are too busy making positive choices to give it a fight. That sounded good. I like that. I like that. And I hope that helps you, Hip Hop. Thank you for joining the stream tonight. Thank you for the question. Hi, Wonder Bro. I noticed a check mark next to my name on the Discord. What is that? That's just a server icon role. The server got to level 3 on the boost, which means I can set server icons. They're just like cool little things that you can assign to people's roles. You are, I believe, a trusted member on the Discord, and the trusted members, anyone who has trusted member status, gets a little check mark now because, like I said, we got the Discord to level 3, so really cool little perk of getting the boost up. Let's see. Can you scroll up? Yeah, let me see here. Let me see what I missed. Good idea, Olivia. I have been the flow instead of going with the flow, no procrastinating, but accomplishing my day even on the hardest days. I love it. That is the choice that a recovered person would make, right? That's why I've been gone into implementing all the info you have shared, but I want to stop in and thank you. Well, that is awesome. Congrats on making that choice. I'm glad you finally got to the point in your recovery where you said, you know what, he's right. I need to take advantage of my days. I need to have awesome days regardless of how I feel. I might feel like crap, but I'm going to have accomplished days anyway. I'm glad you finally made that choice, because until you make that choice, it's hard to get people out of the negative routine. So congrats on making a seriously life-changing choice. And thank you for stopping by and sharing it with us. I do appreciate it. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's really cool little perk on the Discord there. I will grab the link also for you guys real quick if you want to join us over there. It's an awesome community. Now, this link is only going to last for like 7 days, so if you want to join us over there, if you want to join the community in the chat over there, you better click this link right now and run over there, because it's going to expire in 7 days. Let's see, who else we got in here? We got Rich. What's up, Rich? I miss you, dude. Hello, all you recovered and recovering people. How you doing, Rich? I hope you've been doing fantastic, man. Wonder Bro came across another YouTuber saying that you can't fight thought with thoughts if your body is not relaxed. So they said we can't use the 2 main keys if we don't have a relaxed body. I prefer your way. Came across another YouTuber saying that you can't fight thoughts with thoughts. Well, that's true. You can't fight thoughts with thoughts, right? So I don't know if maybe you misexplained it to another YouTuber. Why are you cheating on me, by the way? I don't know if you misexplained it to another YouTuber or the other YouTuber took it the wrong way, but there's obviously some clear miscommunication going on between you two. He is absolutely right. I don't disagree with him. You can't fight thoughts. with thoughts. And that's not what I've ever asked anybody to do here on the channel. I've never asked anybody to fight thoughts with thoughts. In fact, I've asked you to do the opposite. You don't fight thoughts with thoughts. What you're doing with the accepting inner voice is not fighting thoughts. I want to make that very clear. You are not fighting thoughts with the accepting inner voice. You are noticing thoughts. Let's say you have some intrusive thoughts and feelings. The accepting inner voice is just a reminder to yourself to not fight. That's all it is. You're not fighting thoughts with thoughts. I agree with that other YouTuber 110%. You are not fighting thoughts with thoughts. The accepting inner voice is not to fight with thoughts. The accepting inner voice is just to tell yourself, right? You're not fighting with the thoughts. You are just telling yourself, hey, don't fight. The accepting inner voice is a reminder to not fight with the thoughts and feelings. So you're right. You are not fighting thoughts with thoughts. Absolutely. I would never recommend that. Again, the accepting inner voice is just to tell yourself to not fight. It's to tell yourself, hey, to just let this burn. That's the accepting inner voice. So I do agree with that other YouTuber. And then live your life. That is positive behaviors. That is the two main keys. So it doesn't seem like me and this other YouTuber are disagreeing at all, really. Doesn't seem like we're disagreeing at all. I think it was just maybe a miscommunication between you guys. He was saying that if you don't have a relaxed body, it's impossible or very hard to use the two main keys. A relaxed body, it's impossible or very hard to use the two main keys. Well, it's impossible to have a very relaxed body if you're not using the two main keys. Oof. So I guess that could go either way. I guess that could go either way. But this is not some sort of like competition between me and any other YouTuber. I have nothing to say about this other YouTuber. I don't really care. I just want you to know that you're confusing yourself by trying to figure this all out. You're still trying to figure this all out, right? And that's why you're going to like other streams and asking questions. And man, you're still fighting. You're still fighting, right? Once you use these two keys and you're no longer fighting with these thoughts and feelings and you are living your life, your body, right, over time will return to its state of natural relaxation. So to try to force that in the moment is going to be very difficult to do. It's going to be very difficult to force a relaxed body in the moment. But as a result of using the two main keys, your body should start to relax on its own in time. We call that healing, right? And as you're using the two main keys, it puts a lot of less strain on your body, right, than as compared to if you were fighting with your thoughts and feelings. So you can't help the state that your body is in currently, but when you go into it and you say, you know what, I'm not going to fight with these thoughts and feelings and I'm going to live my life, you know, that should help your body to naturally relax a little bit more. So what other choice do you have? You're already going into it with a body that's not relaxed. To try to force that is very difficult. Right? It's very difficult to force a relaxed body. How do you do that? How do you even force a relaxed body? So I get where this dude's coming from. Don't get me wrong. I got no hate on whoever this mystery guy is. I get where this dude's coming from. No hate. You don't fight thoughts with thoughts. That's absolutely correct. This whole thing about the relaxed body, I get what you're saying. You know, maybe he's trying to teach relaxation techniques, whatever. But if you're using the two keys and you're not fighting with your thoughts and feelings and you're living your life, naturally that's going to help your body to relax. Right? I would imagine. So, thank you for the question, JB. I can't believe you have cheated on me with another YouTuber. I will be filing for the divorce as soon as possible. True acceptance isn't accepting for it to get better. It's just accepting it. Yeah. The end goal is healing, but in the moment, you're not saying, I accept, please go away. Right? You're living. You're going through the motions. You're going through the motions. Hip Hop, I'm glad you finally found the channel, my dude. I hope we can help you out. I'm sure we can. If you listen to us and give it a try, I'm sure we can. We got a $40 tip, and I don't want to say your name because I will fuck it up. We got a $40 tip that says, Wonder Bro, thank you for all you do. If you sent that $40 tip, can you please take credit for it in the chat? Because not only did we just hit tip goal with that, we broke tip goal. So please take credit in the chat for that $40 tip because I can't pronounce your name. I'm going to try, but it's going to be awful. That takes us to 55. Drop the purple hearts in the chat to show love to our tippers, guys. What a great stream tonight, man. Thank you guys so much. We're also seeing new faces tonight, which is awesome to see. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, man. We'd love to have you back. Let's try to pronounce this tipper's name now because I want to give them credit because that means the world to me. $40 tip from, oh boy. I got an idea, but that don't sound right in my head. Mariana? Maybe. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Anyway, thank you so much for the $40 tip. I really do appreciate you. And Rick, thank you for the $10 tip. Donkey, thank you for the $5 tip. Did I just say tit? Tip. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Wonder Bro, I'm not cheating, but I'm creating my own platform now thanks to you. Hey, Ophelia, that's awesome. I'm just joking, by the way, guys. That's totally a joke. You guys are allowed to obviously watch whoever you want to watch. So I'm joking about that one. That's a joke. But Ophelia, creating your own platform, that is awesome. That is amazing. I love to see all the positivity tonight. Came across, didn't want to watch, won't cheat anymore. I actually wanted to have a private session with you, but I think you didn't see your Instagram messages yet. Dude, I'll be honest, Instagram is like the one social media platform that I check the least. I don't know why. I don't really create content for Instagram. I used to make posts on there. I don't anymore. Instagram's just a pain, really. It's the one that I check the least, but I will try to make it a point to do that. I will try to make it a point to do that. But no, you're good, JB. I'm just joking, dude. But here's the thing. Well, I'm kind of not joking because I'm not trying to be greedy and say, oh, only watch me. But what I am saying is if you get multiple opinions from multiple people who have different ways of explaining and wording things, it's probably going to confuse you because, like, for example, with what you just said, the dude who made the comment that you asked about my two main keys, he wasn't wrong. You guys are just kind of misunderstanding each other. You guys are just kind of confusing each other. He wasn't wrong. You don't fight thoughts with thoughts. The accepting inner voice is just a reminder to not fight, right? And to stay out of it and then make a positive behavioral choice. The two main keys, they go hand in hand. So he wasn't wrong, right? But he's just got some different opinions on a few little things that don't really matter. And it's just a misunderstanding. So I'm joking, but I'm not joking when I say that you probably shouldn't take in a bunch of different sources, because if you do, you're probably going to confuse yourself because so many people have different ways of explaining things when really at the end of the day, they all just mean the same thing. You get what I'm saying? So I'm joking, but I'm not joking, but I'm joking. All right? However you want to take that. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the tip goal, man. We're on a 244-day streak. I missed you guys, dude. I missed you. I had some really bad tooth pain, dude. Really bad tooth pain. I didn't stream for like 7 days because of it. But we're good now, man. We're good. It's lingering a little bit. I need to go get it taken care of. I really need to go get it taken care of. But and I'm going to, so don't you worry. Let's see. 100% right. I got confused, but now I got a clear answer. Yeah, dude, that's all it is. It just sounds like a misunderstanding. No hate, man. No hate anywhere. No hate anywhere. I already had one tooth taken care of. Now I need to get the other tooth taken care of, and it's like just one after the other. All these mouth problems, man. It's the wisdom teeth, dude. I already had 2 removed. Then I had a 3rd removed. Now I need to have another removed. It's the wisdom teeth. It's the wisdom teeth, man. Go to the dentist. Damn, Donkey, tell me something I didn't already consider. I'm joking, dude. I'm joking. I love you, Donkey. I love you, man. I love you. I don't know. That just cracks me up. When people tell me that, it's like, I never considered that. Really? Are you serious? So I always have to pick on people a little bit when they say that. I don't know, cause it just makes me laugh. It just makes me laugh. I love you, Donkey. I love you, dude. Guys, if you have any questions, please feel free. Please feel free to ask them now. We are at that point in the stream where if you've got some questions, drop them. Drop them, man. Drop them. I got 2 pulled out at the same time the first time, and then I got another pulled, and now I need to get another pulled, and it's just, I'm no stranger to the dentist, but I'm not a fan. I'll put it that way. I'm no stranger to the dentist, but I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I mean, you're not wrong, Donkey. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I don't know of anybody who really enjoys the dentist, but I'm definitely one of those people. Could you say I have a fear of a dentist? Probably. Probably. We're not shy here. We'll admit it. I'm not a fan. But no, I'm just picking on you, Donkey, picking on you a little bit. I'm allowed to pick on you because we're close. You've been here for a while, so once you hit a certain mark here on the channel and you've been here on the channel for a certain set amount of time, then you start to get picked on, and I hope everybody just accepts that and realizes that means one thing. It means I like you. If I don't pick on you and you've been here for a while, I don't know what that means about our relationship. How you doing, Sky? I miss you, dude. How you doing, buddy? What's the best suspension for a 1968 Mustang? I am not a car guy. I'll be the first to admit. I am not a car guy. I'll be the first to admit. I don't know much about cars. I know the basics. I'll change your oil. I'll change your tires. That's about it. That's about it, dude. This anxiety episode has been an incredible learning experience. There's hope, everyone. Wonderbro, you have been a big part of this journey. Almost there. Thank you, Rich. I love it, dude. Thank you for sharing the positivity, man. Can we get a round of applause in the chat for Rich? Everybody drop, the little clapping emojis. It's in there somewhere. I'm sure you can find it. Drop some little clapping emojis. If you can't find clapping emojis, drop something else. Let's cheer Rich. Let's cheer Rich on. Thank you so much, dude, for the positivity. I love it, and it's my pleasure to help you, dude. My pleasure. I've never been a car guy, Donkey. I don't know. There's people in my family that absolutely love cars that can build them from the ground up. Me personally, I never got into it, man. I never got into it. I don't know why. It's just never been. I think I was a nerdy kid. I was a nerdy kid, and I'm an equally nerdy adult. I like electronics, computers, building. Now I can build you a computer. I can build you a beast computer, right? But I cars, I'll change your tire. I'll change your oil. I'll fill the gas tank up. That's about it. That's about it. All right, guys, I will be right back. Give me a few minutes, and then we're going to finish this stream strong. Thank you guys again so much for the 55 on the 244-day streak. Also, I want to announce this in a special stream, but I guess I'll announce it real quick at the end of this one too. So once we hit the tip goal, we're going to be doing what we did for the first half of the roof. I don't know if you guys caught that stream. Like I said, I will do a specific stream for this to explain it more, but we did get the first half of the roof finished. You guys saw the videos. You saw the pictures. It looks beautiful. So amazing. Thank you guys so much. I don't know what I would do without you, but we're now moving on to doing the second half of the stream. So we've got a new roof goal. This is a significantly lower amount compared to the first roof goal because I've got a member of the family who's going to offer to pay the bigger part this time since we, this community, paid the bigger half the first time. So this time we only got to pay what you see on screen there, significantly less amount. We've got Steph, who is willing to match everyone's tips up to 1,000, man. I feel like we're going to knock the second half of the roof goal out of the park. If we do, and when we do, I will take videos and pictures and share it with you guys just like I did on the first half. But yeah, man, that's unbelievable because if we hit that, that means we'll be completely done with the roof and you'll never see another roof goal again because my roof will be brand new. It's just absolutely amazing. So that's what we're going to do from this point moving forward. If we hit tip goal, we'll remove tip goal and off the screen and we'll put the new roof goal on. So yeah, just wanted to make that quick second half of the roof announcement. Nobody knew when that was going to come. Everybody was asking me, hey, when are we doing the second half of the roof? And we're going to officially start that here soon. Just wanted to go ahead and throw that out there tonight. There are questions that come to mind, but I can hear your answer before you speak because I know you so well, so I don't say much. You've already got the answers to your questions, right? If you get roasted by Wonderbro, that means you are made by yes, essentially that's what that means. You got it, Donkey. Anyway, guys, I will be right back. Thank you so much for everything, and if you've got any questions, please ask them now so that I can answer them before we wrap this one up. Drop them now and I'll answer them when I get back. All right, we are back, guys. Did we get any questions during our little break? So since Wonder Bro had me kneecapped, I feel honored. Yeah, dude, if I give you a little bit of shit from time to time, it's because I feel comfortable with you. That's all that is. Hip hop, I understand your question, but no offense, it doesn't matter. Our focus has to be on positive behaviors and not anxiety. What was hip hop's question exactly? Let me see. Sorry, I'm reading these out of order, guys. What's up, Ghost? You're still in here? Love you, brother. Is the longer you have anxiety and panic, the longer you take to heal? Just for just to clarify, no, not exactly. Dr. Claire Weeks says herself that it doesn't matter how long someone has been suffering; they can recover. She doesn't give us a specific. I'm getting tongue-tied. Specific time frame on that, because there's no specific time frame you can give on that. It takes as long as it takes. Could be a few weeks. Could be a few months. Who knows? Right? Who knows? If you put yourself on a time frame, you are setting yourself up for failure, and I'll tell you why. The answer is very simple. If I sit here, let's say I'm sensitized, and I say, okay, dude, you've got a month to feel better. I'm going to give it all that I've got. I'm going to do positive behaviors. I'm going to try to mentally stop fighting with my thoughts and feelings and just let that happen. But you got a month to recover. If in a month I don't feel 100%, I'm going to start obsessing again. And then I'm going to spiral even further, right? So it's very counterproductive to deal with time frames. It's very counterproductive to put a time frame on yourself. It is self-defeating. It's setting yourself up for failure, essentially, is what it is. And I highly recommend that you don't go that route. But now that you find the channel, right? Now that you have found the channel, I know you said you've been dealing this for a long time in your life. Now that you found the channel and you're here on the channel, continue to take in the advice, continue to learn. This is going to take a minute for this new perspective to set in. It's going to take a minute for this new mindset to set in. It's going to take a minute for you to grasp what I'm saying here, and that's okay. That's okay. But yeah, don't worry about, how long I've been at it and it's been this long and that long, and don't put yourself on a time frame. Just take in the advice, use the advice, and that's all you really need to be focused on, concerned about, just like Winning Mentality said there in chat. The two method really works. I was not doing good a few weeks ago with depressing and dark thoughts and thinking how the world or days, weeks, months works. But I said to myself, it's okay. Continue living and do nothing. A few days, I think, brain rewired, not 100%, but not having much intrusive thoughts. So yeah, I mean, you can see results rather quickly. That is true. You can see results rather quickly with positive behaviors and leaving those thoughts and feelings alone. There's a chance that you'll see results rather quickly and then it'll come back. And you got more work to do. You got more rewiring to do. You have a good couple days and you have a bad couple days. And when I say bad, I don't really mean bad. I just mean retraining opportunities, right? So it can work rather quickly and you can feel better, or might take some time, might take a while, weeks, months, whatever. You might have just ups and downs during those weeks and months. It might be longer than that. It might be shorter than that. I mean, it can go all sorts of different ways. But all that matters is that you keep coming back to those two keys. It doesn't matter what your journey specifically looks like as far as symptoms go. Symptoms are none of your business. Your only business that you should be concerned with is not your symptoms, because that's out of your hands. Your only business that you should be concerned with is coming back to those two keys, right? Whether you get instant results or don't, you're probably not going to get instant results. Whether you feel better sooner or later, whatever. Your only concern, I think you guys get my point here, your only concern should be coming back to those two main keys, right? It doesn't, we don't focus on time frames. We don't look at the specifics. We don't look at symptoms. That's out of your hands. You just need to make your concern those two keys. Thank you for that comment, JB. Really appreciate it, dude. Heard a great quote about anxiety. It's not when you stop having symptoms. It's when the symptoms stop having you. I love it. I like it here. I think I'll stay. Appreciate all the help. Hip hop, we have been doing this for some time now. Oh. Let's see here. We got Rick with the $10 tip, says roof goal. Rick, thank you so much. That officially takes us to 150 on the roof goal. By the way, guys, like I said, we got somebody in the community. Her name is Steph. She's awesome. She's amazing. She is willing to match everybody's tips up to 1,000, which means if we get 1,000 on the roof goal, she is going to tip 1,000, which will take us to 2,000, right? So that is absolutely amazing. Steph, I don't know if you'll see the end of this stream, but thank you so much for that. Rick, thank you so much for the 10 on the roof goal. That officially takes us to 150 on our second roof goal. Thank you so much, Rick. Can you please show him some love in the chat? But yes, hip hop, like I was saying, dude, you know, we've been doing this for a while now. We've got a great community here. We've got a tight community here. Everybody is very helpful, very positive. So yeah, dude, subscribe and stick around. We'd love to have you. We'd love to see you in the streams. I don't care if you've been dealing with this for 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months. It doesn't matter how long it's been. You have found the advice now. You have found this channel, and it's going to change your life. Your life is about to change. I promise you that. How can you say that so confidently, Wonder Bro? I've been doing this a long time, dude. I've dealt with all matters of different people with different time frames. That's some people been at it longer than you, and they're making progress, man. So this might be a brand new concept to you. Okay, just don't get involved mentally. Just tell myself, hey, there's that thought, let it burn. Little accepting reminder to just not fight with those thoughts and feelings, and go make a positive behavior. Go do a positive behavior. Rinse and repeat. That might sound like a really counterproductive and weird thing for you to do, because you've probably not heard advice quite like this before. But you found the channel now. And if you stick around and if you stick with us, your life is going to change. I can say that very confidently. If you're willing to put in the work, you've got to do your part, right? Hey, Wonder Bro, what's up? Raven, welcome to the stream. Guys, we got about 5 minutes left in tonight's stream. For anyone who's new here, our streams normally go to about an hour. We do hour streams, and I've been doing a lot of YouTube shorts here recently. Check those out. Throw those some likes if you enjoy them, if you want to see more of them. But yeah, our live streams normally go to around an hour. So we got about 5 minutes left in this stream. Thank you again so much, Rick, for the $10 on the roof goal. Really appreciate you, dude. Thank you. Yeah, once we hit that, man, we'll be completely done. We'll be forever done with the roof goal. My roof will be fixed completely. We've already got the first half done. Thank you guys so much. I don't have water going into my living room anymore, so that's nice. But yeah, once we hit this roof goal, which is really, if you think about it, a 2K roof goal. It's not even a 3K roof goal. Not with Steph, who's going to match up to 1,000, so... Once that's done, man, we will never have to deal with another roof goal. I really appreciate it, guys. I don't know what I'd do without you. Thank you so much. Any final questions, man? Get them in. We'll try to knock them out before we leave tonight. Since I'm feeling better with the whole mouth situation, the teeth situation, I can only imagine trying to do a stream with a hurting tooth. That would just be impossible. But since I'm feeling a bit better, we should get back on track. You guys shouldn't see another 7-day waiting period. So yeah, we should get back on track. But let's see. I'm not seeing any new questions come in, so we might be good there. We might go ahead and wrap it up here. We're about at that 1 hour mark. I'll give it another second or two. But as we start to wrap it up here tonight, I want to just say I hope you guys have an amazing, awesome night. Thank you for watching. Confused about my response. Some people say anxiety needs to be tracked in order to recover, or say certain phrases are not enough. It makes it seem like there's more to recovery. I've never heard of either of those things. What do you mean by some people say anxiety needs to be tracked? Maybe they're referring to like noticing what your triggers are, but in your case, Raven, you already know what your triggers are. So you've done plenty of tracking. You've done plenty of tracking already. Certain phrases. Well, the brain doesn't speak any certain language, so it doesn't really matter what your phrase is. The brain doesn't understand English. You can't tell your anxiety to just go away. So there's no such thing as picking certain phrases, and some phrases work better than others. The brain's not listening anyway. So the accepting inner voice is not even... It's not about picking a phrase that quote-unquote works, because you can't just tell your anxiety to shut down. It's just a reminder to yourself to not fight so that you don't gas it, and then you get back to living life. So there's really no such thing as picking one phrase that works better than another phrase, because you can't tell your anxiety to go away anyway. If you could, then that's all you would have to do. Hey, anxiety, go away. I just used the magical phrase, right? But there is no magical phrase. The accepting inner voice is just a reminder to yourself to stop fighting, right? And then live your life and let these anxiety, these anxious feelings and thoughts just happen and burn up without you gassing them with a fight, right? Because you can stress your brain out with worry, but you can't tell it to stop sending you anxiety. The worry will give you anxiety, right? If you fight with the thoughts and feelings, but you can't tell your brain to just stop it. It's not going to listen to that. It's not going to listen to that. So no such thing as any certain magical phrases. anxiety when not feeling anxious, or you feel so good, but because anxiety became your identity, you don't know what normal feels like. It might take you a while to adapt, so to speak, back into your normal everyday living, but you will in time. You will in time. Yeah, it feels a bit strange to live and feel good when you've not been feeling that way for so long. It's just change, right? And change feels weird. I guess tracking rumination, so it comes to 0. Well, then basically you're already doing that, because you're catching when you ruminate, and you're using that accepting inner voice, right? And you're living, I hope, if you're using the advice, right? So when you say, am I supposed to be tracking? Well, we don't call it that here on the channel, but you're supposed to be catching it, yes. So technically you already are doing that, I hope. I hope you're noticing when you're fighting, and then choosing to just remind yourself of the truth, the accepting inner voice, and say, hey, you know what? I'm doing it again. Let's go make a positive choice, and let's let these thoughts and feelings happen. And so I hope you're already doing that, right? That's the hope. That's the hope. So it sounds like your questions were already answered. You just didn't know it. Sounds like your questions were already answered. You just didn't know it. Are you supposed to be tracking? I didn't know what you meant by tracking, but if by tracking you mean catching when you're ruminating and using the accepting inner voice and just making a positive choice, the 2 keys, then yes, right? Yes. So you see how different terms just get people all confused. You're supposed to already be doing all that stuff, right? It's just different terms that you're using there. It's just different terms that you're using. That's it. Different terms you're using there. All right, guys, we are at the 1 hour mark. Big stretch. Oh, there we go. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight's stream. I love you. You are beautiful. You are awesome. You are just great. And I don't know what I would do without you, right? Thank you for everything. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the tip goal. We're on a 244-day streak. And thank you for 150 on the second roof goal, man. Once we get that done, I will be so relieved. Thank you, guys. I don't know what I would do without you. You are amazing. You are beautiful. Leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one. Have an amazing night. Stay awesome.